I can't see what it is. Okay, anyways, these families, there's certain families that are constantly harassing and antagonizing, and one of those families is the Rockefellers. The other another one that has been brought up is DuPont. Now, as far as how far DuPont has gotten themselves into this, this is a different question that can be answered by a lot of other people. But I do know that the Rockefellers have terrorized me and harassed me for a long period of time. I actually went to a program while I was working at a lumber mill recently, where they would tap into my brain via the nanotechnology that was in my head, or that's still in my head, because they can still talk to me, and they still talk to me every day. I still get, these people contact me constantly. Same thing with like the Rothschilds were contacting me frequently as well. So like amongst public, this is not something that's immediately available, but amongst the 1%, this is a different ordeal. So there's an entirely different issue going on with these people when it comes to communicating with the more affluent types. There is a bunch of information going around right now where it's like these people are trying to hide or subvert, um, to obscure what it is that I have, to try to take it from me because I won't reproduce with some of their daughters. And they tried to put me through a program while I was working in the lumber mill, in which I actually got injured. So my company's going to be filing lawsuits on these families or these people, because I got injured on the job, broke my foot, dropped the board on my foot and broke my foot because they're breaking up my concentration while I was around and operating like heavy equipment and so on and so forth, a lot of like dangerous materials. I also have a lawsuit on them for this, and I broke some bones in my hand. So it's a lot of different things have happened. Again, I have damage to my testes, and I do have they've tried to like mess with my sperm production. Like they've tried to alter it, and I've always been, one of the things about what I have is that I've always had an overabundance of sexual fluid or seminal fluids, and this is something very noticeable to me. And I've also always had a super sensitive so like a super active and super sensitive reproductive system. So I'm like very vigorous and very like virile, and I've always been this way. And it only changed once these guys started attacking me and like talking to me, and they started slowly over time trying to degrade these qualities about me, whilst simultaneously trying to convince me that I need to reproduce with their daughters because of my rarefied genetic traits. I turn them down because I do not like the idea of reproducing with people who are lunatics, and I just, it's not particularly attractive for me. So I've already kind of like chosen a person that I want to pass on my genes to, and that's like one of the that's an offer that I made to that individual, and they're trying to drive that person away from me. That person was actually involved with me in the middle of an investigation in which military, police, and intel were all involved on this, trying to assist in this matter, and it got broken apart because they made me look bad, and that happened recently in the last couple months. But I'm also like building that back up, so I think it probably doesn't matter as much. But Daisy Isabel Jazz Ridley Ray from Star Wars was on that investigation with me, with like a lot of other women from like Hollywood and other localities, who have an affluent disposition. So, and the staple to the case was that these women were being raped over these neural net, or being like sexually assaulted over these neural nets, and these guys would just pull up images of them and pull up these scenes of them, and get these real body layouts of them that are done using the most advanced technology that we have access to, in combination with nanotech. So they'll because they spray these aerosol sprays, there's nanotech all over the earth and like all over people and all inside of people. So there's like nanobots all over the fucking place. And these they're sprayed by companies like Evergreen. Evergreen's one of the ones that does it. And some of the planes, they might be automated. So that's another thing too, is that some of these planes might have automation, and they just go out and spray, and they don't have a human attached to them, and it's like a remote control thing that's done more or less by like it's like a small command, like a small control center or something. But in any case, there's nanobots, and there's nanotech inside of everyone, and they have tapped into people, and they will tap into the girls, and they will get these accurate, like down to every contour, down to every cell. They'll get a very, very accurate depictions, just spot on, of like what they look like and what they are. And they will form their bodies like this, and they'll take them up onto these networks, and they'll like have sex with them. and they will do this to like degrade them and destroy their dignity, because a lot of these guys, they're not all that attractive. They're actually very abrasive and extremely antagonistic towards a lot of these women, or a lot of other types, even like other men. They just bug the shit out of them. So this is what we're trying to do right now, is like form this extraction, and we're trying to get them like out of their positions and also take their wealth away from them, because they are inept. So I don't think the rest of society wants to be around a bunch of individuals that are inferior, like this, in this manner. And pardon me for saying so, but I just point things out for the way they are. I do not like these individuals whatsoever, and I want them dead, especially for what they've done to me. So I'm going to try and get rid of them, and I'm going to do this in front of you.